Welcome back to Another Thing. I'm Larry Menti. Sometimes to avoid life's setbacks, to get over life's setbacks, you just have to run. Living proof of that is Ryan Donnelly, a recovering addict and a marathon runner. I'm going to go through the story with Ryan, and believe me, there's a happy ending. But I want to start with you in the Navy, and how you were discharged and why you were discharged.
The way that worked was I was in special operations. I went home on leave for Christmas and decided to partake into cocaine. I never did cocaine in my life. I was very drunk at a bar and ran into people from high school. And it was offered to me. I did it. And this was Saturday night going into Sunday morning. All right, so that time frame. Sunday, I had to drive back to base to be there for Monday morning. So that's like a one-day period, 24 hours. Cocaine doesn't stay in your system very long. And as soon as I got to base, I buzzed in, and everybody had to have command urinalysis.
You knew your career was over at that point?
Yeah, it was gone.
And so that had to send you into depression?
Oh, yeah. The worst depression I ever felt.
And during that time, how did you get OxyContin?
From friends, bartenders, because I was actually an alcoholic when I got back from the Navy, because I was all around. You know, I didn't even know about pills. And drank every day, laying on mom's couch. I mean, you go from like blowing things up and jumping out of airplanes and shooting stuff, and now I'm watching Mickey Mouse on my mom's couch.
We have been doing a series of reports, and we even did a town hall on the opioid addiction problem and how low you can go in that. And you actually stole from a family's, from a family friend.
I stole from several family friends, but one particular family, I stole from them when they were away on vacation. I had known them 20 plus years. They treated me like one of their kids. They took me on vacation to St. Croix.
I'm fascinated by your story and stories of other people like you, because there comes a point when you hit so low that you're able to pull yourself out of it. And what I've been, and as I've talked to other people, they say you have to hit that point. You've got to hit that point to realize I can't do this anymore. When was your point?
Well, I think what you're saying, for the most part, yeah. There's some people that never reach that level of use, you know what I mean? So it's easier for them to stop. But when you're at the level I was at, something catastrophic has to happen. And it was like a domino effect of things. It was like a dream. When the police contacted my ex's mother on the phone and told her all the things I was doing, she was completely caught off guard, and told us to come back because we were out driving, doing errands. And I knew what it was about, because obviously this was 5 days prior when I entered their home. They're back from vacation, they know stuff's gone. They're texting me, people saw you walk in, they saw your tattoos, they knew it was you, and I wouldn't respond. And the whole ride back, I just looked straight, like nothing was going on. And in my head, the dope fiend moves are going on and on and on. Like, how am I gonna get out of this? How can I manipulate my way out of this situation? Who can I lie? You know? And it just got to a point where I was just tired. You know, like, I didn't even know it was real anymore.
You know, you're lucky. You're lucky that you were able to get out of that, because it doesn't end well for a lot of people.
You're absolutely right.
And before we get to the happy part, you also were near death in the hospital.
Yeah, well, with the embolisms? We'll go there too. On August 31st, 2014, I had multiple pulmonary emboli.
Were the two related at all?
They said no. And then there was a DVT, a deep vein thrombosis in the left leg. So I had 3. They put me in ICU, and they found out that I had a genetic disorder called factor V. So the bad diet, the not taking care of myself, just laying around after work. I wasn't mobile. I was running machines. There wasn't much blood flow. I developed blood clots, and it almost killed me.
And from all of that, so I wanted to lay that all down as a foundation. From all of that, you decide you're going to run the length of New Jersey, and that can help with your problems.
Yeah, in my mind. Well, what popped in my head when I was in the hospital bed was a guy named Phil McCarthy. And he's usually on the USA track and field ultra team. He has the American record for 48 hours in a row running, and it's 257.34 miles in 48 hours. And I witnessed it. I saw it at 3 days at the fair, where I ran 100 miles. So I put myself running 100 and how I felt, and then put myself in his shoes running 254 miles.
And so how long did you want to run? What was the length?
I wanted to run 100. That's all I wanted to do.
And that was from one end of New Jersey to the other, right? You're going to go to Cape
no,
May?
for that was 184.
184 miles. Yeah. And you actually, and people contacted you because of this idea. Some people that were in the same situation you were in, that saw this as a way out of their situation. You had a friend that was a filmmaker, and you were ready to do this, right? And you go to do it. How far did you run?
13 miles.
13 miles.
I was broken beforehand.
Yeah, you said,
and no one knew it. I knew I was going to go out there and break, but I couldn't say anything till the start. I mean, you could tell right from the beginning of the film, I'm way too heavy to be running.
But other people finished it.
Oh, Connie Gardner. One person finished it.
One person finished it.
Connie Gardner.
But even if one person finished it,
Connie Gardner is a monster of a person. Seriously, she's an amazing human being.
So the goal, even though it wasn't you, the goal was reached and a film was made.
Exactly.
And the film is called?
Running the 184.
Running the 184. And where can people see it?
Right now it's on Vimeo.
It's been at several film festivals.
Yes, three of them. We were just in Garden State Film Festival, SUNY, and I don't remember.
And from what I heard, it's pretty good. I mean, that's what everybody's saying.
Yeah, we're getting great reviews. I mean, we're hitting 9s out of 10s. So people, there's more to the story than just running.
You know, I get it. No.
Greg hit it.
That's why I wanted to lay everything out and how important this was to you, and to tell people that they can go to Vimeo and see the film. Just give the name of the film one more time.
Running the 184. Running
the 184. Ryan, thank you so much for coming in. I really appreciate it. Ryan Donnelly, who overcame an addiction. You still running?
Yes.
And hopes to be a marathon runner.
Yeah, hopefully.
We're coming right back. Coming up next on Another Thing, he's the longest-serving reporter at the state capitol in Trenton, and he shares some secrets when we return.